Well, hello there guys, welcome back to Sherlock Holmes. This is the episode where we get to impale the pig. I don't know why I sound so happy about it. Let's go. Okay, Baker's Whitechapel Butcher.
I need to take a harpoon with me.
Okay, so I need to go back to the shed. Take the harpoon. Yes. Okay. Lovely garden. Yes, so we take the harpoon.
That should do it. Now I am ready for the experiment.
Let's go to the butcher. Okay, so here we are at the butcher shop with our lovely companion Watson.
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise, yet.
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test.
It's not exactly a bullseye.
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses
There's
you've
only
happily
one.
mangled.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
What do we? What do I do now? Okay. Let's go to the Scotland Yard. Say hello to some people. Well, hello there, sir. Okay.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
He's still in here.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner. So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
Fuck you.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who...
The ring is mine.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else. Most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Well, it's Mr. Holmes.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Okay. Got his profile. Okay, we're missing something here. Let's see what she has to say to us. Okay, Mrs. Carey. What are you hiding?
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Ooh.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, let's look for the tin box. Yeah, tin box is missing. Okay, there's nothing here. Fucking shit. Okay, there's nothing else.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes?
There's nothing in
Locked.
here. Fuck you.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong. What am I doing here? I've done nothing
already
wrong.
taken everything from him. I suppose we need to go back to the Baker Street.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
This is where I keep my post.
Finally something.
Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story. but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
Okay, they've gone bankrupt. So we need to ask him. Back to the Scotland Yard. Off we go. Ooh. Let's ask him.
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believed that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
Okay, let's go back to the shed. I have to walk in. Back to Woodman's Lee. Okay, here we are at the Woodman's Lee. Going to examine the ship logs. Okay.
1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. Log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Nothing special.
Yes.
Log notes for August.
What?
These pages have been torn away. Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR, a torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
Okay, okie dokie. Okay, so we have to go to the Baker Street. It says here Wiggins might help to find the crew. So we need to find the crew somewhere at Baker Street.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they are still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Okay, let's call Wiggins. Hey, Wiggins, Mike.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, as his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
Okay, let's go to the station and see what Captain Lestrade wants from us. Okay.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
The level of sarcasm this guy has. Let's see what they have. Probably nothing important.
These are the suspect's belongings.
Okay.
Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5. The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals. A pen. Nothing unusual about it.
So we get to take the evidence as we please. Okay.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely, and considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
I guess we'll just have to find on our own. Okay, let's profile him. Scar. Something unusual, his hands. He's a gardener. Okay.
That's all for now.
Okay, let's go to the Woodman's Lee. I think those boots match. Okay, so let's see if they match. They should. He's a gardener. Yeah.
These boots match the footprints exactly.
Okay, let's open the deduction. No gardener. else fits. So what do we do now? Let's ask the lady. Why is she lying to us?
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Liar.
Thank you, madam.
Let's see. Can we confront him
Please
with,
escort this suspect for
the
interrogation.
footprints of the boots? We probably can. Okay, Woodman's Lee.
Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Son of a bitch. Fuck you.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
That's all for now.
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have any idea who the murderer is yet?
Okay, nothing useful here. Let's go to our office on Baker Street. Okay, let's get to the table here and recover Hurtley's yes. Let's see what he was writing about.
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Okay, let's add blue reagent. Use. Okay. Let's add the green one. Let's add the blue one again. Then there goes orange. Orange again. And then colorless. Of course.
No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning again.
Ah. What? Blue. Use it. Okay. Then go with the green one. Okay, let's go again with the blue one. I think we... Okay, now let's take orange. No, we made a mistake again. Fucking shit. Oh, we did it.
Done. Now I can proceed further. Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery.
Okay.
I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurtley react to this?
Okay. Let's go talk to the Hurtley again.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one. But it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley. That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads. But now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
Okay guys, that will be everything for today. I hope that you enjoyed as I did. See you again tomorrow as we check the garden and the tools. Bye.